Welcome to this week's vlog. It is Tuesday today and the sun is shining through that window. I've had to try and adjust the brightness of the camera, but I don't know whether that's going to come out very well. We shall see. It was miserable yesterday. We have had torrential rain and wind overnight. It's been pretty horrific. But I did have every intention to jump on the bike yesterday, but we sat down sort of lunchtime and I just crashed. I don't know whether it was a bank holiday or what, but yeah, it turned into a pretty lazy afternoon in the end. We did some tidying and stuff over the weekend. We got the house that next step closer to being nicer and tidier and being able to welcome people back into the house when we're allowed to have people inside. Touch wood, which will be very soon. I actually jumped on the bike today to ride with Dax Diesel. Yeah, it was an interesting one. So literally, I got onto the bike. I planned to do 45 minutes because that was the time that I had available to me. I literally started riding and the front doorbell went. And we've got one of those Ring doorbells that's very close to going in the bin, actually. Because it went off. I tried to connect to the front door to talk to the postman, but it wouldn't connect. I could just see a stuttery outline of him. As he was walking away, he finally heard me, so he ended up coming back. So I had to jump off the bike, run to the window, shout out the window to tell him to leave it outside. Got back on. Had to restart the ride to catch up with Dax again. And then about 10 minutes later, the front door went again. Had another delivery. And then I got about 25 minutes into the ride. And I don't know why, but all of the power to all of the sockets in the house went off. The trip switch just went and cut off all the sockets. Obviously, it kicked me out of the ride. Turned all of my stuff off and I had to run downstairs and start messing around under the stairs to re-trigger all the switches. And by the time I sorted all that out, that was it, really. That was all the time I had for a ride. So not the best start to the week, but it can only get better, I suppose. Tonight, I need to tidy this room because you can't quite see it on the camera, sort of on purpose. But it is an absolute tip in here. So that's my plan for now until dinner time. Then have some dinner, and if I've got some time later tonight, I'll might jump on and do something. I don't even know what at the moment. But I have also got some work to do, so I don't know which one I'm going to do. So yeah, it'll either be later tonight for a ride. If not, I'll do something tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and then obviously the race on Thursday night. So starting off this week on a bit of a difficult, weird foot, but I'm not going to let it affect the rest of the week. Still got lots of time to get on the bike, and lots of time to fit in sort of different rides. So yeah, I will catch you a little bit later. That's better. Much tidier in here. Feels like a bit of a weight lifted, actually. Yeah, it still needs a hoover and other stuff, but that can wait probably to the weekend now. But room is tidy. However, it is about 10:30. Things have taken a little bit longer this evening than I thought, which means I didn't get on the bike tonight. I'll have to jump on and do something tomorrow. But I thought I would show you what has just arrived. We get a delivery once a week from a company called Oddbox. And they come over, it comes overnight. It can come at any point overnight. It's just arrived. You just leave it on your doorstep, and it is just a box of fruit and veg. For whatever reason, it didn't go to the supermarket, or slightly not quite right, or whatever. But we got some really good boxes with stuff in it, so I thought I'd open it so we can have a look together. So, bit of a weird place to do this. I've put it on my chair. I haven't really got anywhere else to do it. So let's get this open and see what we've got. I haven't yet got the hang of opening boxes with one hand. So, you get a little bit of a leaflet here about what you get and what they call it rescued, what you've rescued that week. And actually, in the short period of time that we've used these, we've had various different iterations of these. But you can see there it shows you what you rescued, where to put it. So all of that sort of stuff in the fridge or in a cool, dry place. And it used to tell you, you get a recipe idea. It used to tell you, it does, there we go, why it's there. So broccoli, and they've made too many, basically, for the supermarket. Or the aubergines are too many, too ugly, and too big. There you go. So having a look through then. So what we got? We got some nice big oranges. The little one loves our oranges, so that's good for her. Some broccoli, which we can shove either in dinner or soup. So what we've actually got ourselves a soup maker that we can make soup with, usually for lunches, and that's where a lot of this stuff will go. Radishes in there, courgette and aubergines, some apples in the bottom, lettuce. It all comes, and I'll tell you what, this stuff lasts for days, and it lasts a lot longer than the stuff that you get from supermarkets, without a doubt. Leek, couple of leeks in there. So this one actually looks like quite a good box. Some more courgettes, some potatoes in the bottom. Yeah, so as you can see, not a bad little box we've got there. We'll probably use most of that actually, which is good. That's the idea behind it. We have had a few really weird vegetables that I've never even heard of, and we didn't actually get around to cooking. But you know, you take a bit of potluck with it, and it's stuff that keeps things fresh every week. You don't know what you're going to get. Different things every week, and it's the same as the gusto really. It's just a rotation of food that you don't get into habits of just eating the same thing every week, and it keeps things interesting. So yeah, this is really good. Gives us stuff we can just go and quickly grab and snack on, or make into soups. We make a lot of good soups using our soup maker, which I never thought I'd be into, genuinely, making soups. But at lunchtime we just cut a load of stuff up, stick it in the soup maker. 20 minutes later you've got boiling hot, usually 9 times out of 10 delicious soup. The one I made today, no, it wasn't. I forgot some of the ingredients, which doesn't help. But yeah, all of this stuff into the soups, perfect. And actually my wife made the fruit for a crumble yesterday, which tasted really nice, just out of last week's leftovers. So yeah, loads of different things you can do with it, and obviously you get the recipe ideas as well. So yeah, I really like it. But yeah, it's getting late now, so I'm going to go to bed, read a couple of pages of my book, and yeah, plan the next ride for tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow. Change of plan for this week. Firstly, finally got rid of this rubbish on my head. That's good, that's gone. And I was going to ride yesterday. Today is Thursday, which means it's race day. And the reason I didn't ride yesterday is because I put a poll up in the Facebook group to see if anybody wanted to do an unbanded out to Zwift ride, either this Sunday or next Sunday. This Sunday was the very close, I think it was in 1 vote in it, winner. So we're going up this Sunday, up the Alp unbanded. If there's still enough demand for next week, we'll do one next week too. But I didn't want to do too much riding before that, because we've got the race tonight, which I'm really looking forward to. Slightly flatter course, so hopefully it will suit me a bit better than last week's did. And then group ride Saturday and a ride up the Alp, which will be a lot more difficult than the last Alp ride that was banded. So yeah, I'm a lot more confident because of that banded group ride. I'm also a bit nervous because I know it's all up to me this time. But anyway, I'm going to go get myself sorted and get on the bike ready for tonight's race, and I'll see you on the start line. Okay, so we've got 40 seconds to go before we start. Nice little group of us in here today. Oh, just had a message on Spond. I'm really hoping I haven't missed people off, and I'm really sorry if I have. Just sent the last, in case I've just sent out the invites. But yeah, doing the Tempest Fugit, so it's relatively flat, 18.2 kilometres. Fingers crossed this one plays slightly better into my hands this week than the up and downy course from last week. So we're going in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Right, so put a little burst in from the start to try and catch this group. Now I've just got to try and stay with them. We've got a huge group of D's here then. A Dix, D Taylor, S Greaves, me, DC Mark, C Clegg, C Little, C Richie or Dalton, lots. And that means if I fall out the back, they will all be well gone. So I've got to do my best to stay with them. Because if I lose the draft, I've got no hope. Can't see anyone behind us yet. This is a quick pace. Still a couple of D's behind. Fortunately, I'm struggling too much to stay up with these guys to start moving around on the screen yet. Come on. Still don't think we've had any other categories catchers yet. We've got a big group of D's, so they're going to be hard to catch. I'm doing my best. You can see by the graph at the bottom, I'm having to put out effort and then back off. Put out effort and back off. It's not consistent in any way. I'm not sure how long I can stay on the back of these guys. This is pushing the limits. Okay, this reached the turnaround point. First sea cat catching us, John Bushell, who won last week. It's about to come through. Oh, I'm going to lose the back of these guys. Can't lie, I'm struggling now. DC Mark's gone off the front with John. We've got B Cats 30 seconds behind. D Hug, C White, N Slevin and Barber all working together to try and catch us. They've made up a minute and a half of it already. And I'm praying this group slows up a bit. Because I'm struggling now. Oh, 6k to go. There we go, the bees. Sea Green, D Hug, Eric, Chris have got us. 3k left to go. Oh. Oh man, this is... I think my aim is just to try and stay with these guys until the finish. Struggling though. So I can't really skip backwards and forwards to see other riders. But I'm not gonna. I need to just try and stay with this group. One and a half kilometres to go. I've got a stitch in my back. Every time I breathe. It's just start to push. Come on. A couple of people going for it already. Early. I can't. 300 metres. I couldn't give anything else at the end. Oh. Right, well, that was hard. Another race. There was nothing left. I gave everything I had. I tried to do a little sprint at the end, but it didn't last. It didn't last long. And you can see along the bottom how my power is power, drop off, power, drop off. And I think that shows possibly why I struggled last week, because that definitely required a more consistent power, because the hills sort of took that rest away from you. But that again highlights the longer endurance rides, which I tried to do this week until everything went pop. Right, let's have a look at some of the results then. So another win by John Bushell. 20 seconds ahead of Eric Langba in the end. Someone has beaten Eric on the road. Well done, John. I think you must be pushing BCAT there. So Eric in second. I think our only ACAT rider. C White in B, closely followed by D Hug and N Barber and A Applewhite C rider. All very close together, coming across the line. So then we drop back to N Slevin in the B cat, and then the first, I think, D cat is S Little. And I think I noticed what you did when the B cats came through. You went and caught onto the back of them. Apologies if I got that wrong. I think that's what happened. I couldn't even talk at that time to notice. I think DC Marks tried to do the same thing. 20 seconds behind S Little in the end. C Green in 10th, B Cat, and then a little run of that group of D Cat riders that I'm so chuffed I stayed with again to the end. R Dalton, the first one from that group. M Pierce, C Ritchie, C Clegg, then me, C Finlayson, A Dix, S Greaves. Look how close this is. C Little, D Taylor in 20th. I think just going out for the ride today. A Career in 21st, about 30 seconds back. C Waring, C Cat, 5 seconds back from that. N Corbin in 23rd. A Evans, 24th. A Lloyd, and then D Howarth. Awesome race again, everyone. Really enjoyed that one. I need a bit of time to recover, but it's so nice to be back in the group rather than getting left out back like I was last week. Oh, yeah. So definitely suit the flatter courses better than I do the hilly ones. In fact, there are only 2% inclines in that. But I had it in my mind that I need to push harder on those to make sure I don't lose the group. of lighter riders. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that one. I'm going to do what I normally do, jump off, have a shower, have some dinner, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. I didn't actually do what I normally do in the end. I had my dinner and had to log on and do some work. And I didn't finish till gone midnight, so I didn't get the chance to do any after race wrap up. But what a race it was! It was awesome, and I know I said it a few weeks ago, but it's so good to be in that group. And everybody in that big group of Ds were pushing hard, taking turns at the front, and pulling it along at a rate. And I think that's probably the longest. If I'm pretty much certain that's the longest we've been being able to hold off the higher category riders behind us. And I know some of those guys were pushing really hard. And likewise, I mean, I was pushing as hard as I could just to stay with that group. Because as soon as you lose them, they're gone. And then you're left behind within seconds. There was a couple of moments where I thought, I've just lost the back of them. And you have to have it within you to be able to push to get back on. And there were a couple of moments, especially towards the end, where I was pushing, which is why I come to the sprint at the end. I had nothing to give. There was a brief moment where I thought, come on, let's have a go. And it was nothing more than a brief thought. But great fun. And to see everyone's finishing time so close to each other, how fantastic is that? And I know there's been a little bit of discussion on the Facebook group afterwards about, making sure you're in the right category. I don't want to go down the route of, me or the group needing to categorize people. All I'd say is if your numbers are there or thereabouts to be, and it's a consistent increase, where you're just about on the next boundary, then have a go at step up that category and challenge yourself in the next group, because I know I certainly will be when I get the chance to move to CCAT, which is the whole aim of this channel. And the channel name, Target 2.5, is 2.5 watts to step up to CCAT. So that's what I want to do. And the first chance I get, I'll be in there, probably right at the back. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that race. Other things, at last night's dinner, we had another gusto meal last night. And it was sausage and mash with replacement vegan sausages, and I've struggled to find sausages that I like, and I take the approach that I'm not expecting a sausage to taste like a real sausage. For me, it's just a case of, do I like that vegan sausage? And some of the ones I've had, I think they tried too hard to be like sausages, and I just don't like them. But these ones were really good, and I'm hoping I can find out, maybe from the packaging, what the brand name is, in case I can find them in the shop somewhere. Some of the Gusto stuff is branded, and some of it's their own stuff, so I'll need to check on that. But really good meal. And again, we always have good meals from Gusto. It's very rare that we have one that we don't enjoy. So I can't recommend them highly enough. Tonight's meal, I wasn't actually that hungry come dinner time, so we just had a jacket potato with beans is all I fancied. So we've got a couple of Gusto meals to have over the weekend, which I'm looking forward to as well. I don't think the weather's going to be great again this weekend. Looking forward to the group ride tomorrow. I can't remember what course it is, but it's a pretty flat course. Going to take it as easy as I can, because we then have the outride, solo, unbanded outride on Sunday. I don't think that's really sunk in yet. Like I said before, though, I think I'm more ready this time. I think I'm more mentally prepared after doing the banded ride. So I am probably looking forward to it just as much as I am nervous, which is good. A good position to be in. So yeah, I'm busy editing this week's video up to this point already. So I'm going to finish that off, and then it probably make my way to bed. It's getting on a bit now already again. Keep having late nights that I don't get enough sleep. So I'm going to try and do that, and I will see you tomorrow for the group ride. Morning. It's group ride day. Got about 6 minutes till we go. I've done something to my shoulder though. I don't know what. Just got out of bed this morning, and I'm struggling to move it. If I try to lift it up to sort of that level at different angles, that's quite painful. I must have pulled a muscle. I'm guessing I've just put the full weight on my elbow at some point to shift my lard arse over in bed at night, and I've pulled a muscle. I'm hoping it doesn't affect me being able to just hold myself up on the bike, but I guess we're about to find out. We're doing 60 minutes around TikTok. Gonna take this one slow because we've got the group ride up the Alp tomorrow. So yeah, just a slow, steady ride with some chat to the guys on Discord. So yeah, I'm gonna get going. Another awesome group ride. 30 kilometers done in the hour around a nice flat Watopia TikTok course. Flat is what I needed this week in prep for that ride up the Alp tomorrow. And I tried my best, you'll see on the graph at the bottom, I tried my best just to stay in the blue zone for as long as I could during the ride, trying to get those consistent power output levels into my legs, which is obviously the aim of what I do, try and ride with the pace partners during the week, but failed so miserably when the power cut out this week. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's a great group ride. The chat on Discord was brilliant. We were talking about our favourite box sets, how to go into a race with a power up already, and hot topic at the moment, vaccines. So yeah, great to catch up with you guys on there, have a good chat and enjoy a nice casual Saturday morning ride. Currently looking at about 50 kilometers done for the week, so that's that and the race that we did on Thursday. Probably another 10 kilometers maybe before the power cut on my previous ride, so around 60 for the week. And then obviously put a few extra on top tomorrow for the ride up the Alp. My previous time up the Alp was 2 hours and 31 minutes when I did it solo. The aim tomorrow is to beat that. I don't know whether I am as strong as what I was back in 2017, but tomorrow is going to tell me. And I really, really hope I'm stronger. I've definitely been more consistent with my riding. And I'm enjoying it a lot more now because I've got you guys around and the incredible group that we've built up over a few short months. I'm really hoping I'm a stronger rider now than I was back then. But tomorrow will tell. That will actually incidentally be on the next vlog because I'm going to cut off Saturday today. The other problem with my shoulder, so it kind of went away during the ride, and afterwards I felt okay. In fact, I could barely tell that I had it. And then we went out to the garden centre just to look at some garden furniture with the family. And I was getting back in the car and I went to drive and I felt my shoulder again. I don't know whether I've re-twinged something or what, but now it's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. I've got some exercises that I'm going to do to hopefully ease it up. It's not an excuse to not ride the Alp tomorrow, because today's ride, I didn't notice it during the ride at all. So I'm hoping the same will be for tomorrow's ride up the Alp. But yeah, I'm in a little bit of discomfort with it at the moment, and I'm hoping it doesn't get worse and it will only be around for a couple of days. But I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. One thing I did have this week was my renewal notice for the editing software that I use. And I must have had an introductory offer or something when I signed up to it before, because it shot up by about £20 a month. I mean, it's a huge increase on what I was doing. And I've got a choice. I can try and find something that's cheaper or free. But I use the Adobe suite of stuff, so I can do all the graphics, all the photos, all of the editing, and it all links to each other. And I finally got to a stage where I can edit these videos quickly. And they definitely take me probably half the time they did when I first started, if not even quicker. So I'm a bit reluctant to change if I have to, so I need to think about that. But one thing I didn't think of when I started this channel was the small but incremental cost that seemed to come along with it. I had to buy some additional storage to make sure I can keep the huge file size media stuff that come along with the recordings in high definition and the screen captures. I bought some faster editing drives and all of that sort of thing that I had no idea when I started. So what I thought I'd set up is, if anybody wants to support the channel I've set up a thing called Buy Me a Coffee. The link below, where you can go and just donate a small amount to the channel. Or you can either sign up for a monthly membership, which for that I'll give you a shout out for the month you sign up, and then I'll put a sort of a nice thing up after every episode just to list the people that are monthly sponsors. This is not a plea for money. Please don't think of it like that. I just thought a couple of people have asked how they can support the channel, and I thought it might be a nice thing to set up. Absolutely no expectations, so don't feel like you have to. The channel's going nowhere. It's not going to stop. So please don't feel like you have to. It's not a plea for money or anything like that. But if you do want to support the channel and support what I do, then the link is below and you can do that there. So that ends another week. Bit of an iffy start with losing the power on that ride and stuff, but another incredible race on Thursday. Thoroughly enjoyed that. But if you like this week's vlog, please do hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below, because it all drives engagement for this YouTube algorithm that all YouTubers talk about, because it promotes the videos more and we can get more people into the group rides and all of that stuff. But yeah, for now, end of this week, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. And it was a nice little ride. Nice little ride. That's rubbish. What am I talking about? Oh my God. Maybe not quite as strong as others, except for that race. The race on Thursday. I am babbling and it's not making any sense. Morning. It's group ride. No, me being the fat bastard that I am, I've probably gone to push. No. So in a way, I'm a bit disappointed because I lost the ride. Oh, give up, Matt. Just give up. This is garbage.